Hey everybody, good night. Good night. Hey everybody, let me start again. Hey everybody, good evening. um, Today is December 8th. It's Thursday night, 2016. Not that that matters. And we're going to do some training on the charts tonight. What I'm going to be doing is going through each instrument from the 30-minute chart down to the money chart, and as if we were going to make trades, and I'm going to answer questions from the people that are here. So when they ask a question, I'll repeat it out loud, and then I'll answer the question. The goal here is to basically get as many questions answered out loud as possible. All right? So, with that being stated, let me make an announcement. You'll get an email about this. I'm changing the times of the evening trainings on Tuesday and Thursday nights. We're going to go an hour earlier, 8 o'clock Eastern time from now on. Okay? I'm finding that 9 o'clock Eastern time is getting a little late for me, and I want to be able to give you as much energy as I can. So 8 o'clock Eastern time, it's really not going to affect anybody because I record them, and the next day, usually I upload them. So it's really not going to affect you because you'll be able to watch the recorded version anyway, okay? So, with that being stated, let's get rid of this here and let's start breaking down. No, type your answers here in the question box, not on Skype. Okay? So let's just go from left to right. So let's do gold first. So the first thing I want to do is pull up the 30-minute chart on gold. And when you look the first thing we want to do is draw a trend line, right? First thing we want to do is draw a trend line, a trend channel, actually. So I've got to determine what is the chart doing right now. Okay, what is the chart doing right now? And there's a lot of different ways to draw that. The first thing that I see is the chart could be looking just like this. This is a big trend channel. And yeah, this is what it's doing, right? This is a pretty good channel here. A little more current channel might be looking a little more like this. Hard to draw it, but maybe something like that. Either case, we are in a downward channel, which tells me I'm looking for a sell trade. When I'm in a downward channel, I'm looking for a sell trade, right? So now I can go to my money chart. That's the bar chart. And the first question I ask myself, where is the 50 moving average, which is the dark purple line? Where is the 50 moving average compared to the 200 moving average? When I'm selling, I want this purple line to be under the purple dotted sequence, okay, which it is, right? Then I need to know where are the bars in comparison to this dark purple line, and the bars are underneath the 50 EMA, the 50 exponential moving average. So yes, indeed, I could look for a sell trade. Okay, now we've been falling for many bars in a row here, and I don't like jumping on moving buses, so to speak. Too many times traders see something falling like this and they just get in because they want to be a part of the trade. Well, if you're doing that, you got to stop doing that. Seriously, if you're doing that, you got to stop doing that. Okay? We need some sort of retracement up, so I need a green bar up. And then the next move down, and I will look to get in this trade. So right now, I would be on hold for gold, waiting for some kind of retracement, and then I would look to sell it. Okay? Any questions on gold? Here's the first question, Steve. Oh, this is about the time. Steve, 8 p.m. is better for me, but it is also a sign that you are getting older. Teenagers don't come alive until 10 p.m. This is true, Ray. I am getting older, and I don't want to stay up as late. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning nowadays to trade earlier. There's some nice moves trading earlier. So by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I'm starting to wear down a little bit. All right? So I appreciate that old comment that you sent me. So Matt says, Steve, what is the green line? So you guys see this green line right here? It's kind of faint right now. It's something that I'm testing out. It's called a T3. That's T as in Tom, 3. It's a T3 line. Nothing secret about it. Okay, and we look at it for possible entries. Okay, like on a sell trade, we would want the bar to be cutting through that line and going south. Okay, it's something I'm looking at. I haven't talked a lot about it, but it has been brought up in the room a few times. It's kind of on trial with us right now. Okay, Steve, what is the best time frame to use? For what, JL? The best time frame to use for what? Ken says 4 Eastern with a question mark. I don't know what that means. You're welcome, Max. All right, let's continue on. Let's take a look now at oil. And again, first thing I always want to do is look at the 30-minute chart. What is it doing? Okay? And it's obvious to me that the 30-minute chart has been bending over for a little while now. And the trend channel is looking like this right here. And we are at the top of this trend wall right now. And I'd be looking for an opportunity to sell oil. Okay? Sell oil up here as high as we can. So now I go to the money chart. Okay? Again, the first thing I look at is the 50 moving average, which is the dark purple line. I want it to be under the dotted line. It is not, which means I cannot sell it until it is. Okay? So I have to wait for this purple line to go under the dotted line if I want to sell this thing. So that's going to take some time. Now, could I change my analysis? Right now, my analysis is telling me to sell it. Could I change my analysis? And the answer is absolutely, you can change your analysis. What I would need to happen is I would need to break to the top side of my top trend channel wall here. Break through it, come back down to it, and then move north again. And then I could look for a buy trade. All right? So right now, I would be on hold for oil. To draw a trend channel, I look at a 30-minute chart, looking back 30 days. 30 days. All right, so that's oil. All right? That's oil. Let's look now at the NQ. 30-minute chart. Where is it? It's hiding. It's hiding in plain sight, I'm sure. There it is. Whoops. All right. Here's the 30-minute chart. We've had some kind of weird moves with the NQ, along with some other instruments lately. There's a couple of different ways you could probably draw this. And again, drawing trend channels is in the eye of the beholder. The first thing that kind of catches my eye is maybe something like this. This is pretty close. I can go a little higher. Something like this. Upward trend in quad 4 up here. Okay, we would be looking to buy, but we would need to be careful because we are at the top up here in quad 4. That's one way you could draw this channel. Okay, and that probably looks like the proper way. The different way you could draw this would be maybe something like this here. Okay, and again, we are in an upward channel, just like before. But we are at the cash line looking to buy the NQ. Okay? After I get done with the NQ here, I will answer questions. So now I want to go to my money chart. First thing I want to check is to make sure my 50 moving average is above the 200 moving average, which it is. Great. Now we just had a run to the south side. We just had a run to the north side. We had a little retracement, and now it looks like it wants to go higher. Okay? I would want it to break through this last high up here. So I would put an order. Let me do this right here. Okay? I would put an order. I don't need to do that. Let me just put a line there. To buy this at about 48.64 and a half, something like that. Okay, that's where I would look to buy the NQ if we were in the morning time right now. That's what I would be looking to do. Okay, the NQ. Let's see, questions. See, what about only having 2 points on that channel on the bottom? Yes, you ultimately want 3 points to draw a trend line. 3 points for it to touch, okay? You want 3 points. And what Ken is referring to is on the 30-minute chart, which is right here, I only connected when I drew this right here. I only connected 2 areas. Okay, you really want to connect 3. It's a good point. So I could do something like this if I wanted to connect 3. Okay, there's 3 for you, something like that. I just know from my experience that it's basically going to work out pretty much the same way. So I'm good to go. All right. Next, let's look at the 30-minute YM chart. Okay. We've been rocking and rolling to the north on the YM for some time now. We were gradually going until the other day when it shot up 300 points or whatever it was. 300 ticks. Nice big move to the north. So what is it doing now? We need to understand what is it doing now? Well, it looks like it still wants to go higher. My trend would probably look like this. Okay, I'm in quad 1 looking to buy the YM. I'm in quad 1 looking to buy the YM. Let's go to the money chart. Okay, I need to make sure the 50 moving average is above the 200. It is. Here's the 50. It's the dark purple line. Here's the 200 moving average here. Okay, so we are above it. I also need to make sure that my bars are above the 50. Now, right now, they're kind of floating on the 50, but I would be waiting for the next move north, right? And that's all I'm waiting for, and I would probably buy it somewhere above this level, right? Or at this level, right in here at about 646 is where I would look to buy this. Okay? No questions? That's cool. Let's take a look at the 6B which is the Great British Pound, the 6B, 30-minute chart. Okay? We were in a nice upward trend. Things have changed. We are now in a downward trend, which looks something like this right here. That's pretty good. Right about there. We are in a downward trend in quad 3, looking to sell the 6B. So now we would go find the 6B money chart. Okay? And I want the 50 moving average, that's the dark purple line, to be under the 200 moving average. It is. I want the bars to be under the 50 moving average. They are. I just had a retracement up to the 50 moving average. And if you know me, you know I love these kind of sell trades. Love them. Okay? So I would be looking to sell the Great British Pound. If this was 4 o'clock in the morning, I would tell you, I'd be looking to sell right in here at about 25.68. I'd be looking to sell at 25.68 on a fallout of the pound. So watch this into tomorrow, see what happens. This is where I would look to sell at 25.68. All right? And then we have the 6E. Let's look at the 30-minute chart for the 6E. Now this thing's been on a wild ride. On Sunday, it gapped way down. It made up that gap and then some. Huge move. From there, we had a little retracement. We tried to go higher. We even spiked higher on news this morning with the 6E, only to fall completely out. So what is this thing doing now? Hard to read. Hard to draw a trend line in this mess. Okay, the only thing I really have that I could look at might be this, and I would be careful. Not a lot of information, but it would be something like this here. But again, I would be careful. Now, I would lean towards selling the 6E. Okay, let me pull up the money chart on the 6E. I'd be looking to sell it. So is the 50 below the 200 moving average? Yes, it is. Are the bars underneath the 50 moving average? Yes, they are. Right? So I'm looking to sell this. Now we've had a bunch of red bars in a row. I would want some kind of retracement up. 1 green bar, 2 green bars, something, a retracement up. And then I would look to sell this. Okay? Makes sense? I would be looking mostly for a red arrow, and we're going to be talking more and more about the red arrows in the live room. Okay? I'd be looking for a red arrow to sell. Now, we already have a red arrow, so this could retrace without, and then move again without giving us another red arrow. Okay? Just so you know. So we already have one. It could retrace up and then fall without giving us another arrow. Okay, so that's something we need to watch for, okay? Any other questions? Any other questions? That's how I would read the charts. That's how I would read the charts. Okay? I think what I'm going to start doing, I think this might be a good idea. Maybe, I don't know yet. I'll have to decide. Maybe I should start making a recording like I just did early in the morning and then upload it and post it so you guys can see more of what I'm talking about with the morning trading plan. I think that might not be a bad idea. Steve, can I use these indicators on MetaTrader 4? No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Not that I'm aware of, actually. I shouldn't say no, not that I'm aware of. Okay? What other questions you guys have? Steve, when you check your notes, you say you're going to check your notes. What are you referring to? I keep a bunch of notes, and they're kind of ongoing notes for each futures instrument. And it helps me look in the past to see past support, past resistance areas. It gives me an idea of targets. It gives me an idea of possible stop loss areas that are good. Okay, so you'll hear me say, let me check my notes. And that usually when I'm doing that, I'm usually looking for targets. I'm usually looking for targets. Okay? Steve, I imagine your earlier trainings are in the members area. Yeah, we just started recording them a week or two ago. So yes, they are back there. Steve, I couldn't get in the room for the first 15 minutes. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's basically keeping a journal every day of what's going on. And if you like to write things down, if you like to take notes, journals are a great idea. A lot of traders talk about keeping a journal. I don't think it's a must situation. I tend to like to write things down. After a trade is over, I like to write notes down about why did I take the trade, what went right about the trade, what went wrong about the trade, all kinds of stuff like that. So, anyways. Steve, oil is close to the R2. Is this significant? Well, I wouldn't say it is tonight. Now, if this was morning time right now, since it's trying to go through R2, I would think that since it's going through R2, it's going to go on up to R3. That would be my thought process. If it goes through R1, it's probably going to R2. If it goes through RT, good chance it's going to R3. Okay? Not always. Remember, those R 1, 2s, and 3s and the S's 1, 2s, and 3s, those are support and resistance areas. So once they're broken, many times it will go to the next pivot point. Okay? Do you also refer to other markets that affect the chart you're looking at? I do sometimes. I'll look at the foreign exchange charts at times. I don't do a lot of that. I know some traders do it. I let the chart tell me what's going on for the most part. What is the chart telling me? That's what I do. All right. Steve, futures are traded 24 hours a day. Yes, they are. But be careful in the middle of the night. About 3 or 4 in the morning, you can start to look at the pound and the euro. I'd be careful trading oil and gold. Just be careful is all I'm saying. Steve, in your own words, how well do you see this system going? Can you see more winners than losers? Oh yeah, we have documented proof that we win 76% of the time this last year. 76% of the time. Actually, since this room's, not this room, but my rooms have been open, we win 76% of the time. Documented fact. Steve, the earliest time to trade would be 4 a.m. I would think the earliest time to trade would be 4 a.m. Eastern time. Eastern time. JL says London starts to trade at 3 a.m. Yes. All right, guys. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Not a bad training on the charts and what we're trying to accomplish. Next Tuesday, we're going to do some training on the brain, and we'll be doing Q&A as well, so you can ask questions about emotions and overtrading and revenge trading and things like that. All right? So I'll post this video up on the website tomorrow. Besides that, I hope you guys have a great evening, and I'll check you guys out tomorrow when we make money with our live trading room. Thanks a lot, man. Take care.